What's up, everybody? I am George. I go by the 80s Transformer fan, but I'm throwing my hat into the ring of Marvel Legends land. And today I'm going to be reviewing Marvel's Ghost Rider from the Writer's Wave. And I looked for this figure for a while before I finally found it. When I first thought I found it, someone had took everything out of the package and put in the Ghost Rider. I believe it was still Toy Biz, the old Toy Biz Ghost Rider in there. I wound up posting it to social media to show people that they took everything out and replaced everything. I've seen them do it with just a figure, but not a complete entire box set like this. And just when I thought I had found it, I didn't have it. A lot of people on social media told me they would have bought it just for the motorcycle. And I called a manager at Toys R Us over and let him know what had happened. And the guy wouldn't even budge on the price. And he told me that when people do that, they're aware people switch it out, but they have to try to sell it. And a guy actually told me they can't argue with the people that bring it back. I'm like, I never knew that. But anyway, when I finally found this guy, I found him at Walmart. I walk in, they had like 20 of them. I'm like, you know, it's no longer rare when I finally get one. But anyway, this is my first Marvel Legends review. I've done action figures before, and hopefully I'm good at this. Pick up his packaging, bring him a little bit closer. And of course, his Ghost Rider fully flamed out with the flaming motorcycle with the nice translucent flames on it. Translucent tires is very nice. The package says Legend Series, Marvel, Ghost Rider, Hasbro, some assembly required. Ages 4 and up. Side of the box has Ghost Rider artwork, flaming and riding, swinging a chain. The back of the box has an incredible image. The translucent parts on this bike, I guess is the prototype or whatever, looks far, far better than the toy that's in the box. Not the toy in the box looks bad. And the head actually looks like it's CGI. Like the rest of it looks like a prototype, but the head actually looks CGI, except for the flame. Well, the skull part anyway. He has just a little bit of bio. You can pause that and read that if you would like. Just a small smidgen of bio, and it shows you that you can take the parts off of the bike and break it down and have it look like this. Take the flames off and have it all normal, but which kind of defeats the point if you can't turn him back into just a regular standard Johnny Blaze. If he had a swappable head, I guess he would need a swappable neck too. But if you could swap that out, it would make more sense to break the bike down. But anyway, my thing and my gimmick with my channel is I like to unbox on camera. So if you don't want to see all this unboxing, you can skip ahead and slice the box. Get this guy open. I like to share the unboxing experience. Get Ghost Rider out of here. And if you subscribe to my channel for Transformers, don't worry, Transformers aren't going anywhere. Matter of fact, I have a lot planned coming soon. Get this guy out of his tie downs. I was hoping that these things wouldn't fall off so easily, but I kind of feared that would happen. Man, probably gonna wind up gluing those things on. Some assembly required must mean the handlebars and I guess the flames because they're falling off. So I got all the ties off. Try to get the bike out of the shell without losing all my flames. Okay, that's okay. Yeah, and now, yeah, it's totally stripped down. Does it have a kickstand? Have a bit of a kickstand. We'll put the kickstand down. Go for old hothead himself. Anything, most toys with translucent, I wind up loving. Now, Ghost Rider is not one of my favorite Marvel characters. He alright, but his toys are always nice. The old flamed off head and the flaming motorcycle is always cool. He has the chain whip and it's translucent. I think it's all translucent and just half of it's painted silver. It actually looks like it transitions from one plastic to the next. This doesn't really look like paint. It's like plastic down here. But that's pretty cool. And again, I lost most of the flames. This flame is the only one stayed on. It might not be removable. That one stayed on there. Now I got to remember, shoot, I don't know how to put this stuff back. Alright, real quick, I want to break down this figure. Taking a look at him he has what I really like. I like when they use different plastics, and as opposed to painting over my toy. I like the fact that his skull is this bone color plastic with a little bit of a wash on it to give it a lot of detail, like it's actually been on fire or burning. I think that really looks great. I love the fact that his jaw is articulated and you can see all the individual little teeth. The eye sockets looks great. He has the little red dots in there to give him some type of hell eyes. Then the translucent plastic is actually a separate piece on top of the bone color plastic here. Then when you come down to his neck is a translucent plastic with the little spine in the middle and the flames coming out the collar. I really like that. I love it when they do figures like this, as opposed to making the whole thing translucent and then painting over it and then the paint bleeds out onto the other parts. I really like the people who behind this who put this toy together. I really like how this has been done. Then they kind of cheaped out with the entire body being like this one solid color piece. I don't know if it's from a particular comic book art, but that's okay because we don't have the sloppy paint and the paint bleeding. His outfit could have used a little bit of a wash on it to make it seem a little bit charred, but that's okay. It's cool. Looks nice. The gloves are a separate plastic all the way down to the wrist, which I really like because we don't have to worry about scraping or fading or trying to get them onto the handlebars and wearing off the paint. If they had painted this black over a blue, it's its own separate plastic. And even down to his boots, they could have cheaped out and made this one complete piece of plastic, but these boots are a separate black plastic, which I really like. I enjoy when they do a figure like that. Even this belt is another separate plastic where they just didn't spray paint over the mold, and I really like that. That's a nice attention to detail, and I think a lot of collectors will appreciate that. So I'm going to go ahead and get into articulation. Take this guy, his head will 360, which is awesome, man. That face, that sculpt, and a little bit of wash over the skull is awesome. You can get him to look up. Oh no, I did not know his mouth open. Wow, loving that, loving it. Look at that. Wow. Anyway, he can look down this far. He can look up, not that much looking up. He can look up about that far. Get his arms out to the side this high. The shoulder will 360. He has an upper bicep swivel. It will 360. He has a double elbow bend here. Coming down to his wrist 360. He has a hinge at his wrist. A lot of articulation there. Coming down to his chest or abs, he has an ab crunch. Could get him to crunch about that much. You can lean back this far with the ab crunch. His waist completely 360s. You can get his legs, well, you can't really get him to the split. You can get his legs out this far. That's about all it's giving up. Front to back about this far. He has an upper thigh swivel just here. That 360s, he has, I could tell already he has the double hinge, standard Marvel Legend type thing on the knee. Get it all the way back like that. Coming down to his boot. There's no rocker here. Well, yeah, actually it does. Does swivel down here. He has the standard hinge here, and you can get it a little side to side there. So he has a ton of articulation. And he comes, other than the motorcycle, he comes with this little whip. Seems like he would have came with an extra set of hands or something. I guess he can hold it. It didn't look like he can hold it. But you can get this guy posed out, going after the villains. Bad guys beware, Ghost Rider is near. It's pretty cool. Looks pretty awesome. Okay, moving on to Ghost Rider's ride itself. Since everything fell off, I'm gonna go ahead and take this. Ooh, I got like some goop or something, some mold flashing or something going on here, sticking to the front. Okay, it's just glue, thank goodness. So you can take this little skull mask windshield thing off, get it down to the very bare bones, and they tell you something similarly required. You can take the handlebars and they plug in just here. and they plug in just here. And this is the basic motorcycle. I don't know if this last little flame actually comes off. You can't see it on the back of the box whether or not. I think it's on there pretty good. I don't think it comes off. I don't want to risk it. You can let me know in the comments below. But it kind of defeats the purpose for this thing to transform into just a standard bike when the wheels are still on fire, which is very cool. A softer translucent plastic down here. It's not that soft, but it's a little bit softer than the rest of it, which is, I love the translucent stuff. Oh, and they cheaped out and used the exact same translucent for the light. You know, they could have went with like a clear, had a little bit different, but that's a little cheap out move right there. Oh, and the engine, taking a look at the bike, the engine down here, I would have loved it if it was chromed or had a little bit of a wash on it so it's not the same drab gray plastic all the way down. Still looks great. Looks great. You can see the screws in this side of the bike. They got to go somewhere. But looks very good. The gas tank, the seat. The seat is a different plastic and it has a little molded in leather texture on it, which is very, very cool. It has brake lights and everything. Kickstand. Bike looks great. So I'm going to put this shield back on if I can. Get this thing back on here. And I'm going to try to get the flames back on as best I can. I only had a hot look at it to see where they went. Alright, a flame there. Try this out. This one, oh, it tabs into the pipe. I think I got that right. That's not so bad. I thought it was going to be flimsy and not really staying on. It's got a couple pegs like here and here on both sides. Get it on there. Alright, that is pretty cool. And one last flame for the bike. It would come down to the last one. You get on here. Oh, really. I think I got it right. It might have, or I just had to push a little harder. I think they're on there pretty solid. I think so. So that's pretty cool. And you just gotta love this translucent bike. I used to have the old phasing Ghost Rider where the bike was all orange and stuff with the flames on it. I think I like this better. I was in love with that thing. I used to be heavy in the Toy Biz, Marvel Legends. I collected all the way up, I think, until the Fing Fang Foom wave. Actually had 2 of those things at one point. But recently, a couple years ago, got back into the Marvel Legends. Now, I don't do the whole wave thing. I get the ones I want unless they really have a great builder figure like Juggernaut. More of a great character than the builder figure itself, but I bought the whole Juggernaut wave. But I pick and choose the ones I want now. I'm a little bit more mature of a collector. But the motorcycle's pretty cool. Stands up. Rolls great. I guess I should move the kickstand. Rolls really great. I'm really digging this. I'm happy I got it. Started to get 2, but they had so many. When you walk in and they got a ton of them, you kind of think, well, maybe I might catch another one on clearance. So I just bought the one. Very cool motorcycle. I don't know what kind of motorcycle it is. I'm sorry, I'm not that hardcore. I don't know if it's a Harley or whatever, a Honda, but it looks really cool. And then it matches his outfit with the paint stripe down here, which is weird. Okay, I got this guy on the bike. It's kind of weird. You think they would put a couple pegs or one peg under here so his foot will stay. I mean, he sits here just fine and holding the handlebars. He's pretty much on there. But the way I got him holding the handlebar, he's cocking the bike to his left, to my right. If I can, trying to get him to hold it straight. I'm sure you can. I get the chain just right. Flop just the right way. If I get them a little bit more in focus. But this guy looks pretty awesome. And if a child or a kid is playing with this, child, kid, same thing. I can see where while I was getting them on the bike, the flames fell off a couple times. They don't really snap in there because this is a softer plastic, which probably should be for safety reasons. Again, this one just came off right here. But if you buying this for your child, for your kid, your son, collecting along with you, man, I would just pull these flames off because they're going to wind up lost or somewhere scattered on the floor. But this is a very, very impressive looking figure. I'm happy to have it. It was right at $49, $39.99, $49.99. I can't remember now. But basically, there's two figures in one. The motorcycle counts as a figure, and he counts as a figure for what they're charging now. I love the spokes here. I love what they did with the spokes. They could have made it one big block like the engine and just molded in the details like here, but they didn't. You can see through to the other side. Looks really great. The tires spin freely. Really, really great looking figure. I'm happy to have it. So, overall, I highly recommend this toy if you can find it. Some places, that's the thing. Regionally, you can. So a lot of people can find this toy a lot easier than others. It took me a minute. Oh, he has two handles on the chain, so I guess he can get it. I didn't even notice this end was the other side of the chain. I guess he can get it in both hands, which is pretty sweet. So really like this figure. If you can grab it, it's an amazing looking piece. My only problem with it is the translucent bits seem to come off pretty easy. I just set it down and it came right off. If you saw me unbox it, they come right off. You can see where it pegs in. This peg right here goes into the tailpipe, but because this part doesn't stay, it really doesn't. It's not going to stay on there. I mean, if you just displaying it, cool, but if kid is playing with it, they're gonna lose these. I can see in the future trying to buy this thing loose, it's gonna be missing the flames one day when this becomes a 20-year-old collector piece. But as for Ghost Rider himself, very cool. I didn't bring him close enough to take a look at his face. He has some tiny red dots inside of his eye sockets for, I guess, his eyes. Not sure I'm picking it up. I can't see it on my monitor, but I can see it with my naked eye. You can see it. Then the jaw is on a hinge, which is amazing. Amazing figure. I should say very cool figure. It is Ghost Rider with the bike, the translucent chain. Very excellent figure. If you can find it, I suggest you pick it up. I got mine in my local Walmarts. And thank you for joining me for my first Marvel Legends review. This is George, the 80s Transformer fan. See you soon.